Hey, you guys, welcome. This is Tamaya Robles. I am a credit expert. I am the owner of my company, FixMyCredit850.com. I'm the host of my podcast, Close to Close Credit. I'm the Red Pie Desert Chapter President out here in Victorville, California. What's good, you guys? What's good? Welcome. Come on in. We got a lot to talk about today. Just so you know, if you are following me on Coast to Coast Credit, this is not going to be on the podcast. This is strictly for visuals, okay? Because I have to show visuals. So this is strictly for like YouTube or Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're following me on and you can see me. Yeah, it's for y'all. But anyway, I still have to do my usual introduction. So let me tell you what's going on. There's some changes. There's always changes going on in the credit world. A lot of the times I know things because someone has brought it to my attention. A lot of you guys know I live in like a bubble, a credit bubble, where I'm at home working, doing my thing, helping y'all, teaching y'all, uploading down, whatever the case may be. So my method of disputing works no matter what is going on as far as changes are concerned. So it's not until somebody brings it to my attention where I do like a little research and figure out, okay, what's going on? Let me teach you guys and then explain to you guys like what's going on, because you guys may not be disputing. If you are disputing for people, for yourselves, for business, I don't know your situation, but you may not be disputing like how I'm disputing. So therefore, you're not going to probably get the same results that I get from my clients. And a lot of you guys know I'm also changing my method of disputing. So we're going to get into all of that or whatever. And for some reason, my focus keeps going in and out. I apologize. So, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. But anywho, so the main thing I want to talk about a couple of points. And some of these topics may have to have another video just strictly talking about those topics, but I want to talk about some of the upcoming changes that are coming with the credit reporting agencies. So a student of mine, a former student of mine, she's probably listening. I appreciate it. What's going on, lady? She brought to my attention that she heard through these TikTok streets that TransUnion is moving differently. They're doing something where they're showing creditors or anybody that's looking at your credit report any accounts that were deleted. If I'm wrong, sweetie, just leave it in the comment section if you're watching or whatever, but something of that nature. So her and I had a talk about it, and then I explained to her certain things that I felt a need to explain to you guys. In case I've never heard of this, but at the end of the day, I'm not shocked. Okay. So it made me want to do a little research to see what other changes that we may not know is happening. And we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to do this in real time. Okay. I'm going to learn as we go through this video. I'm not concerned about changes. I'm not shocked. Everything changes in life. Businesses change, people evolve. I mean, businesses have to evolve with the people. But I keep telling you guys this credit industry is not your friend. They make it seem like online that they're here to help and giving you tips and all the things to better your credit, but it doesn't always work like that. So they're your enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like they're your enemy. Learn what they're saying to everybody and talking about the changes. Of course, do that, like understand what they're saying, but then pay attention and see if they're really applying it. I don't know. I just don't trust the credit reporting agencies, but we're going to get into it. I've already talked for some time. So let's get into it. So one of the things that let me share my screen with y'all. Okay. One of the things that they are talking about, I went here and I looked at TransUnion. So as you can see, it says TransUnion responds to growing challenges of credit washing with pioneering fraud detection solution. The new solution to help financial institutions detect and address the suppression of legitimate, accurate, non-obsolete credit data. This is pretty important. Okay. This is pretty important. I think this is what she may be referring to. And again, if you want to address yourself in the comments, by all means. If not, it is what it is. We'll talk. We'll definitely talk. But I think this is what she's talking about. So I am going to read. I don't read full articles. I don't do all of that. But I will read some important parts and get into it a little bit with you guys, because this is concerning. This is major. If you're not going to watch the whole live and stay for the whole live, cool, but at least listen to this, because this is pretty important. It's going to affect all of us, because it's saying that they're now addressing suppression of legitimate, accurate, and non-obsolete credit data. That says a lot. Okay. So it says TransUnion launched today a new, and this is November 13, 2025, by the way. That's when this article was created. Go to newsroom.transunion.com, credit washing solutions, to get this article. But they launched a new and innovating solution designed to combat credit washing. This is a key word, credit washing. Okay, we're going to get into that because it's some bullshit. It's legit and then it's not legit. I tell a lot of people this, but I'll explain to you what they're saying credit washing is and what credit washing actually is in these streets, okay, in these credit repair streets. The practice of removing legitimate, accurate, and non-obsolete credit data from credit profiles. Okay, so boom, that saved me time. They just explained to you what credit washing is, but I'll tell you the real deal later. TransUnion's industry first credit washing solution helps financial institutions detect and combat this going threat. They're talking about fixing your credit. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about those that are fixing their credit and they're getting deletions and they're not liking it. These credit reporting agencies aren't liking it. So now they've come up with this new way of letting the creditors know, like when you're applying for some credit, they're listen, this is what was deleted. Okay. That's what I got. I mean, did you get the same thing or did you get something different? Let's keep going. So they're saying in 2025, roughly 5% of US consumers have had charged off accounts suppressed. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about suppression. Now, this is one of the topics I was telling you guys that I may have to do a whole other video on, just specifically talking about deleting, debt waiver, suppression, and all of the things. I got to do that either way because I no longer just delete out in these streets. And we'll get into it. But they're talking about deleting and turning your negatives on your credit report. All that is credit repair. That's all that is. But credit repair is a form of suppression. So that's what they're talking about. So they're saying 5% of US consumers had charged off accounts suppressed for atypical reasons, with an estimated $10 billion in debt erased from credit reports by the end of the year. So good job, y'all. Good job. Matter of fact, I think I have a sound effect for that. Hold on, I got y'all. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? But don't. To me, that's ugly. They're trying to fight dirty. I get it, and it is what it is. But for all of y'all that are part of that $10 billion relief, I'm one of them. Congratulations to us. But they don't like it. I'm telling you, these credit reporting agencies are not your friend. So I'm going to repeat it again for the people in the back. They're saying that in 2025, roughly 5% of US consumers, which is not a lot, that's not a lot, have had charged off accounts suppressed for atypical reasons, with an estimated $10 billion in debt erased from credit reports at the end of the year. That's what's up. That's what's up for the American consumer, right? Now, these atypical suppressions, okay, suppression, pay attention. I tell y'all all the time, American English, or English period, I guess, but I'll say I'm an American. Some of the American English, they use trickery when it comes to the wording. You have to understand what they're trying to say. They're using choice words here. Suppression. You're saying deletion. They're saying suppression. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they're not saying 5% of the US consumers have been deleting. They're saying you guys are suppressing your debt. They're saying that you're suppressing charged off accounts. They're being suppressed for atypical reasons. Okay. Like, let's pay attention to these key words. And they don't like that. They don't like that because the point of credit is for you to be in debt, for you to remain in debt. So for the 5% of us who have figured out how to remove charge-offs, okay, collections and all of that, and we have now been part of this $10 billion, not million, okay, $1 billion debt erased. They don't like that because they know that this 5% can grow. And the more it grows, then the more money that they are missing out on, because the key is to keep us broke. Let's remember that. Anyway, let's continue. All right. Now, these atypical suppressions driven by consumer lender credit repair, and debt settlement practices cause artificial increases in credit scores that can dramatically alter how a consumer's risk is assessed. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like the fact that we're fixing our credit, but they're calling it artificial increases to your credit score. I don't know about y'all, but when you get deletions, okay, and your score goes up, that's not fake. That's really happening. It's really happening to the point where now you're getting approved for that house, right? That's a real house that you really got because you really did credit repair and you really real rap got this house because you had a good credit score. That was a real credit score. Everything was real, right? No, but according to them, but you see how they're flipping it on us. You didn't get those deletions for real, for real. You did. All you did was get suppressions. It's still there. We're going to get into that. Pay attention. I am going to do another video. I'm going to explain. I'm explaining the whole suppression and all of that and deletions. But they're right. It's a suppression, but these are real results that you guys are getting. And now you're part of the little $10 billion of debt erased. They don't like that. But yeah, they're talking about consumer lenders. I don't know about lenders fixing credit, but some probably do. Credit people, and then regular consumers that are learning from people such as myself that teach free game. We're going to get into that in a moment, right? And they're learning to be part of that 10 billion so they can go ahead and get these deletions. Come on, it's about survival in these streets. But anywho, but they're saying they're causing fake increases in credit scores that can dramatically alter how a consumer's risk is being assessed. Why is that important? Why is it important that they assess, quote unquote, assess a consumer's risk? Because when you go to apply for credit, okay, whether you're trying to get a home, a car, credit cards or whatever, the purpose of allegedly having credit repair, having the 3 credit reporting agencies, TransUnion, Experian, Equifax that you guys are aware of, not realizing there are 60 other credit reporting agencies out in these streets, but we're going to focus on what y'all know. We're going to keep our blinders on, okay? But the purpose of that is for them to check your social security, right? Check your social security number, see if you are credit worthy for you to get a loan. And if you're not credit worthy, then you're going to be denied, or you may not be qualified for good quality loans. You might be able to get subpar loans. And then now you're back into this horrible cycle of having bad credit that needs to be fixed. And they're talking about suppressions and blah, 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 yakety yak. Pay attention, you guys. This is a fucking warning. I'm not worried. People that fuck with me, people that follow me, people that are my clients who know me, they know what it is. They're not worried either. But that's just a small percent of the 5%. Y'all may need to be concerned. And the last time, let's keep a reminder of the track record. Every time something happens in these credit repair streets, and I warn y'all don't really seem to listen. But you'll listen now when you get denied for stuff that you deleted it, because now they're not looking at it as a deletion. They're acknowledging it as a suppression, and now they're showing these lenders what you deleted. Yeah, because it's suppressed, not deleted. But anyway, I digress, and let's get back to the article. Now, I said I wasn't going to read the whole article, but as I read more information, it's like, okay, we may need to possibly talk about this a little more. It says a TransUnion analysis shows nearly 700% increase, nearly 700% increase in consumer initiated charge-off suppression. So basically, there's been nearly a 700% increase of people fixing their credit out in these streets, and they're getting these charge-offs removed, but they're suppressed because it's saying deleted. When they give you an updated credit report saying, congratulations, this is deleted, or this is they're saying deleted, but now they're choosing the specific words of suppression. Over the past 2 years, and 200% increase in lender initiated suppressions over the last 4. Again, I keep telling you guys, what had happened. What had happened within these past 2 years? Oh, I don't like that. Let me do this. All right. What had happened with these last 2 years? COVID, 4 years. COVID, getting over COVID happening. And what was happening times, people? If we weren't dead, and if we ain't lose our job, we were learning credit out these streets. We had the time. You know what I'm saying? Listen, business was great for me. Not only was it great because I'm fixing people's credit, but I'm also teaching some of y'all 5% of the consumers that are part of that $10 billion. It was great. Now y'all need to come back home to mama so I could teach y'all again, because now they don't like that. Too many people are fixing their credit and getting things. Okay, the so-called underprivileged minority, whatever titles they want to call us and label us, now they're starting to get things. So we got to keep them suppressed. The right word, suppression, is great. I agree with the word suppression, but they're flipping it. It's the reverse psychology shit, and I don't fuck with. I love psychology, but you're not gonna fuck with me with that, okay? Who's actually doing the suppression? It sounds like the credit reporting agencies. They're the ones that are suppressing us to prevent us from even being able to get and qualify for the things that we want: positive line of credit, good quality loans, right? And now they're doing all of this when they were just about to be sued before this new administration came into office for hundreds of thousands of dollars for making up credit scores. Really, bitch? Now, who's really suppressing who? But I digress. Let me take my little tinfoil kufi off and let's get back to it. But I'm just trying to keep it a beam with y'all, because some of y'all, some of my clients are like, listen, you need to talk publicly like how you talk to me privately, one-on-one, like so people understand. Y'all don't understand. Y'all, I hope you do, but most people don't understand until it's too late, and then y'all come running to like, T, we need you to help us. I'm trying. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop following these people like, well, TransUnion said, and we got they're now taking it personally. They are taking it personally that you guys are getting deletions, and now you guys are qualifying for stuff. Now you guys have deleted $10 billion worth of debt collectively, and it's only 5% of the American consumer, bruh. Anywho, TransUnion's research, like, why would you trust the man? Why are we trusting the man? And their research is not here to help us, but whatever. Anywho, TransUnion's research shows that following the suppression of derogatory data, an average consumer's credit risk will be inflated by at least one risk tier. In extreme cases, shifting from subprime to super prime overnight. Bro, look me in the face. Let's look at each other. Let's look at each other. If you are one of them people that once had, if you got approved for anything, you got approved for some subprime bullshit. You know what I mean? Now you're getting some amazing credit. There you go. Congratulations. Okay, I'm one of them people. I already told y'all my story. Y'all already know I am one of them peoples. They don't like this, yo. They don't like it. We're putting a dent in their pocket. And that's how you, anyway, let me shh to Maya. Anyway, furthermore, oh, there's more. Consumers with atypical charge-off suppressions are 3.5 times more likely to charge off a new account within a year of account opening compared to consumers with no credit watching activity. Let me explain to you what that means. Okay. So basically, what they're saying here in these streets. All right. So if you're one of the people that was able to fix your credit and you got your charge offs off, right? You are now having an elevated credit score. You know what you're doing and you're applying for stuff. So the chances of you getting approved for credit and cards and whatever, credit cards and all the things, you're great. You're, well, to their eyes, you're not great. You're suppressing, but you are also now more inclined to fuck it up and do it all over again within a year or so, which is true in certain cases. I have clients that I fix their credit and they're golden. But I have clients that come to me because they know for a fact I'm going to fix their credit. They can go out in the streets, do whatever, fuck it up and come back. I got them, da da da. They know that, right? That's what they're talking about. But they're saying, but the good ones, right? The good consumers that don't fix their credit, that don't go through credit repair, they're less inclined to repeat this pattern over and over again. If that don't sound like a hustle, what does? What does? Again, these credit reporting agencies, specifically TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, have fucked us for years and years and years. They have literally been caught by the CFPB last year before Trump came into office. They were caught making up credit score, not for a few years, for decades. Decades. And they're talking about a small 5% of people getting their charge-offs off, raising their credit score, and may possibly do it all over again within a year. Damn Skippy. Damn motherfucking Skippy. Because once you've learned the game, then you know how to move through these streets. They're just saying they are noticing that 5% because they're losing the 10 billion and they want their money. And they want you to be good little consumers and don't fix shit. Okay? And keep those charge-offs on your credit report for 7+ years, because 7+ years, because they're not. Let's see if they talk about those accounts that were re-aging. What's re-aging? Okay, you know how your shit's supposed to fall. Let me look at y'all again. Hold on. You know how your credit's supposed to fall off with the negative is supposed to fall off in 7 years, right? But if you notice, sometimes it's bleeding into 8 years, 10 years, 15 years. I told you I had a woman who was related to my mom. Sorry, she's related to me, like a cousin, right? She's like a second cousin to me. Old head joined in Detroit. She has a charge off on her account. This lady's 70-something years old now, I do believe. She's had this on her credit since she was 9 years old. So you tell me, does it really fall off in 7 years? And why does a 9-year-old have this on their credit report still in 2025? Man, please. If you can figure out how to suppress those collections and charge-offs, go ahead and do it. They got the 10 billion. Man, listen. Let me get back to the article, right? Anywho, so they're saying it's important to remember that credit washing is not the same as the removal or correction of inaccurate and illegitimate. Am I saying that right? Illegitimate. I'm sorry. It's at night. I know how to read. Credit data, an important consumer protection to address genuine issues. Since I sounded stupid reading it, I'm gonna repeat it again. It's important to remember that credit washing is not the same as the removal or correction of inaccurate or illegitimate credit data, an important consumer protection to address genuine issues with a credit report. To be honest, they're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. That's no lie. But they're using choice words like this. I don't like that they're saying credit washing. I don't like how they're saying credit washing because before, y'all know I've been doing credit for like what 7+ years now, right? So I was always told in the beginning when I first did credit, I was told, look, you can't do credit sweeps. And I still see out in the streets, they do credit sweeps. So credit sweeps are wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. And what is a credit sweep? If you guys are just new to me, you don't know. A credit sweep is basically when you go ahead, get your credit fixed, but they're cleaning everything off your credit report. And it's kind of like quickly done because a lot of times they're doing it like with a credit report. I mean, a police report. And they've been doing that since like the 70s and the 80s, and it was like no big deal. No big. Oh, you got that on your credit report? Boom, file police report. Your whole joint swept away. Now, when a certain demographic of people were doing it, it was okay until another certain type of people were doing it. Then it became illegal. So now that's like illegal, but people still do it, and it's a thing. It's a thing. So the fact that they're saying credit washing to me sounds like credit sweep to me because they're complaining. They're complaining now, and I don't like it. I don't like it, but whatever. I don't have problems addressed to y'all. I don't address problems to y'all without a solution. So we're going to get to a solution, but we need to get down with this because this is not what's up. I don't like your trend. Fuck this credit washing shit, but I'm just letting you know this is how they talking to us now. Now, it's important to remember that credit washing is not the same as the removal of or correction of inaccurate, illegitimate credit. They're absolutely right because there is a difference between deleting the negative items from your credit report and then as opposed to actually getting the item repaired or actually removed. And that's when we're talking about like debt waivers or the creditor themselves saying, hey, we're not going to go after the debt anymore. This debt is forgiven. I will do another video on this, but I have been guilty of this too. Fixing credit, and you're getting the deletions. The deletions are actually coming from the credit reporting agencies. They're not technically coming from the creditor because you still owe the money. So that's why they're saying it's a suppression, not a deletion. And that's when they're saying it's washing. And they're trying to make it sound like it's real ugly. They're just mad because you guys are actually doing the damn. So what? It's time for the consumer to have some wins. And as soon as we get somewhere in life, they want to shoot it the fuck down. So anyway, let me get back to the bigger screen. So boom, now they're talking, what are they saying? On the other hand, when accurate data is suppressed for the purpose of presenting as a lower risk borrower, this is a form of credit washing. Yeah, so I get what they're trying to say. Like, you know what? Be true to yourself. If you've had bad credit all this time and you fuck shit up, then eat that. But people change, and we ain't got 7 years to prove to you that we've changed and we know what the fuck we're doing now. So we're going to fix our own credit. Whatever. You got criminals in office, bro, and y'all worried about the consumer. That's what I'm saying. They're not fan of yours. Stop running to these credit reporting agencies and listening to the lender. Stop being the coon behind the door, people. Fuck these people. They're trying to suppress you. Now they're literally saying fixing your credit is bad and you don't really deserve better credit, bro. If you believe that, just unfollow me, stop watching, and all the things. But if you're not one of them people, fuck with me. Fuck with me. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be one of these flashy credit repair people zooming in and out with the camera and all that shit. I'm not gonna put all my makeup and eyelashes on and my Sunday best to talk to y'all. We're gonna keep it a beam out these streets. Fuck these people. All right. I am doing a new way of disputing. We'll get into that in a whole other fucking video. Okay. But yeah, they're right. You're right. You're right. But what is happening now, because we've been doing all these years, these deletions, is technically a suppression. The debt can come back, but now they're going above and beyond unnecessarily, and they're letting the creditors know they were suppressing these accounts. Like, yeah, you're looking at their credit report now and it looks good, it looks perfect, but for real, this is what was on there and is suppressed, not actually deleted. You see what I'm saying? That's corny as shit. I'm just saying that's mad fucking corny. But it's all right. I got solutions. Yeah. Anyway, so they're talking credit, TransUnion credit watching solution surfaces hidden risk. Their TransUnion credit watching enables lenders to route potentially high risk consumers to a manual review, optimizing credit limits and reduce early charge-offs. The solution offers 3 powerful indicators. What are they? Credit watching default score. Whoa, they're going to add another credit score, y'all. A machine learning module, sounds like AI to me, okay, that identifies consumers with the history of charge-off suppression who may be at elevated risk of defaulting on new accounts within 12 months. Bro, this ain't good, people. Trade line watching attributes. Okay, algorithms that calculate changes in reported charge-offs across 6 lines of business: auto loan, bank, card collection, mortgage, and a range of time periods. So yeah, okay, an inquiry watching attributes. So they're watching everything. They're watching the trade lines, they're watching the collections, charge-offs, they're watching the inquiries, algorithms that calculate changes and hard inquiries across 4 lines of business and 6 time periods. I don't know what the fuck that's about. The solution is initially available as add-ons to TransUnion's credit and model reports and can be leveraged during pre-screen, pre-qualification, and portfolio recovery process. Yo, they are trying to suppress us, yo. They're trying to hold us back, bro. This is, they suck ass. What y'all think? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Leave it in the comments. What you guys think about this. Are you okay with it? Do you understand it? Do you need for me to talk about this a little bit more? All right. Are you comprehending? I was going to say it in Spanish. Are you comprehending what the system is trying to do? Or do you think I just put my tinfoil kufi on? Matter of fact, do you think I put my tinfoil wig on? Do you guys think I'm putting my do you guys think I'm putting my tinfoil Stop fucking laughing. This is real in the streets, bro. Do you think I'm this is me just making up shit, or do you think, yo, Smaya, I believe you? Or do you think, yo, Smaya, like, you should really drink the Kool-Aid with us and we should lower the 5% and the 10 billion that we're saving and just follow what TransUnion is saying? Like, come on. I don't give a fuck what y'all are saying. If you don't get it, then just keep keep moving blindly forward, okay? But when you apply for stuff and you're like, oh, but I fixed this and I paid this down and did it, I told y'all, stop paying for shit. If it's on your credit report as a charge off, if it's on your credit report as a collection, bitch, I ain't paying for that shit. And you're reporting it wrong, man, please, I ain't paying for that shit. I'm going to delete it. I'm not suppressing it. I'm going to get it deleted and all of the things. I'm going to fix my credit now, a50.com. I'm doing all of the things that I'm going to learn how to fucking get this done correctly. So when I do apply for credit, I get approved and they won't see the charge offs because it's not a suppression. You feel me? All right, then hopefully this makes sense, you guys. Let me know. Let me know. I was actually going to do a longer live and like talk about all the other shit, all the other changes, but this is so fucking major. We need to sit down and have a talk. Y'all about to get on vacation. It's about to be Christmas and holiday and what New Year and all that shit. Get with me. Stop fucking playing. They're going into 2026. You won't be able to get good insurances. You won't be able to get good credit cards. You're going to get secure credit cards, if you get that. So listen, like, share, subscribe, follow, do the thing. Now, some of y'all know I do have to share this. I'm going to start sharing this with all my fucking videos for now, right? Next Level Credit Academy is something that I am sharing with y'all. Now, hold on. I started a school community for all those that want to be cheap and talk about, oh, you know, I ain't paying for this. Listen, let me show you what I got. Free shit for y'all. How to fix your own credit. And I'm telling y'all how to do it. The basics, how to do it. So join, go to, what is it? The link is in the description. Join it. But if you want to learn how to actually get these deletions and get checks, we're suing people out in these streets. Like I said, I'm going to do a different video on it, right? When I'm ready to, I'll teach that probably next year, which is only 2 weeks away. But in the meantime, in between time, stay on top of shit. Join here. You could be in the community. Next Level Credit Academy. You could be in the community. You can share and discuss. And I'm sharing what I'm doing. Like here, I'm showing you guys that I'm suing these people out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm suing them. I'm suing them. Okay, because they want to play these games talking about suppression. All right, we're gonna play a different game. And we're going to take these motherfuckers to court and you're going to pay me for wasting my motherfucking time. That's what we're doing. All right. But anyway, you guys, let me do some more videos. Let's talk about it. Let me know what y'all think. What are y'all going to do? Are you concerned? Are you concerned? Let me know. But I appreciate y'all. Be sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, download. If you see me on these TikTok streets, be sure to follow. Be sure to gift me, big up me with them gifts on TikTok. Because, you know, all I do is take those funds and put it back into y'all. Okay. I like to encourage and support y'all as well. So handle it with the big gifts. I appreciate you guys. In the meantime, I wish you